That's right. We're here with Maya, and Maya is literally in Budapest as we speak. And I will say we are a huge time difference. It is super where it's at right now because we're in LA. And Maya, I will say this in Budapest, which is where we're going, we're awesome. Now, we have been in LA for a long time. What can we expect coming to Budapest?
Um, you mean, how is the city?
Everything.
Well, I hope that you will enjoy it. It's a very, very cultural city, very European. Architecture-wise, it's quite Habsburg and um, decorated and monumental. And there is a lot of cultural events and music and nightlife. So
I will say this because everybody going is like, I don't know what to do. And I did this thing on YouTube, and I know you're not about, but maybe you are. Is there a special thing? Let's talk about your film first. But I do want to say, is there a special thing in the area? Because we were told yesterday that there are opportunities there because there are a lot of production there right now. And sometimes around the world, they need to know that they go, oh, we could film over there. There's opportunity there because you can be used. You've done this film. Let's talk about this film. It's 20 some minutes, but it's here now, and it evidently already won for best short film, which is awesome. That means you have a leg in. Although we have it's competition this year, so don't expect a win. Okay.
of course, it's up to your judgment and the viewers or the audience, which I hope they will like this and a lot of other films.
Yeah, exactly. And the name of it is
Is the Guido's New Life is the title of the film.
okay. Here it is. Watch. She's so humble right now. Here it is.
Anna mia, Beatrice mia, stavo pensando se tu volessi aiutarmi. Mi piacerebbe che tu fossi, che, che tu apparissi nel mio film.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? She's humble. What is this about? Because I have so many thoughts right there, and I go, "What's going on with him? Who is he? What's going on there? What's going on? And what's going on?" So obviously, this project is something that you've worked on. I know you're doing some other things. I can only assume. Um, and I
Yes,
know it won for a reason. They always win for a reason. I have not seen the whole thing, and I don't judge. So if you don't win, that's not on. You can't. I'm not the judger, and technically, they should make a People's Choice Award. Anyway, maybe they're working on that. But tell us, what's it about?
so this was a exam film at the university, and yeah, it's about a famous director, Italian director, who comes to shoot a film in Hungary, and he's living this life of high life of parties and important people, but he feels very superficial. He feels that his life is devoid of deeper meaning, and he has a sort of writer's block. And then a very sudden event. He meets a girl who kind of brings all that lost meaning that he was looking for a long time in his life, and he'd like her to play the main character in his film. But in order to do this, he would have to introduce her, this very pure, honest, simple girl, to this kind of nihilistic environment that he lives in. So he sort of has to make a decision whether or not to sacrifice this girl to finally find his muse and his inspiration that he's long lost.
That happens so much, and I say, don't do it. It's not worth it. A, it's I have theories about it, but then people say, "How dare you?" I go, "Dude, it doesn't pay, especially when you have family." I'm taking care of my mother right now. She had a stroke, and I know she's a fan, and she's going to be a fan because you're doing some stuff that I go, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." Story that little, and we get a lot of like, it's hard to explain. We get like everything sent to us, and we kind of judge without judging, and we go, "Ooh." And I could see right there, you did an angle that not a lot of people do, and you did it on him, and then you did like this dreamlike thing on her, and then the voiceover. I go, I have so many questions on this, but I'm going to read the description. It says, a famous film director is offered a way out of his insufferable, and I hate this word, but it is a thing when you go, I don't know what to do. So, but it's called writer's block. But to take it, he must ruin a innocent life. And then it goes on further on this, which again won already for a short film in the Hungarian Motion Picture Festival, which evidently happened already. But now at La Femme, we have it. We get to see it. So this is another for you, right, in the same area. So, like, what's next for you?
Well, I'm working on another short film, my diploma film, and it's going to be shot in October, and it's quite an ambitious project. And actually, it's even in some way connected to this film because in this film, the protagonist is the director who sees this girl, and she's a sort of dream illusion. But in the next film, my focus is on a girl that is very similar to this girl that in this film the director sort of falls for. So in the next film, it's sort of the perspective of a naive girl that has to face the harshness of the world that surrounds her. That's nice.
October. Okay, so where you? Okay, and I have to say this because you're in the area that we're all going. Not gonna lie, technically I'm not going because I didn't get a plane ticket. Can she still get me in? Do I need a passport? Somebody has my passport. I want my passport back. If you're watching, I want my passport. Look, keep it going. Why should we film there? Is it easy to film there or not really? And if we wanted to film there, could we hire you? Or you like you cannot hire me? I am that.
Sure. Yeah, there are a lot of productions coming to Hungary. It's a very alive film life here, but mostly a lot of foreign productions and a lot of productions from the US come to film here. So
Okay, and I will say, and I get that you're shy. I get that you're shy. You go, I'm not shy. You are shy, but I need you to say this. La Femme is in because we have never been. I think we haven't been there in Hungary, and so I'm sporting a beard because I see you look and you go, what is that about? I normally don't. I usually shave. If you look at my pictures and you look at my stuff, I shave all the time. But I'm doing something because I'm feeling that in the area, and I'm seeing our next person, and he's sporting a beard, and I do I need to do something with this to get a role because I'm going for it. Normally I have a tie and I'm going, but I go, there's something about the area that I go, I don't think they do tie. Am I wrong about that?
well, I think you should come just the way you feel the best yourself, and it's I'm sure that you are gonna enjoy if you come here. You can be either elegant or casual. You are certainly gonna have a nice time.
I don't know that I do elegant, but I'm going to talk to our next guy because our next guy, he did something. And oh, by the way, speaking of, because here's what I like about doing this, and I've done it for Leslie for a while. And there's one that I missed recent, and I go, oh, because I like meeting people and talking about what they do. But sometimes I learn stuff along the way. And the reason I keep bringing up the area is your area. I have been approached by different people. Have you been to LA and what is called the American Film Market or the American? There's another one, the Produced by Conference. Have you done any of those here in LA?
No, not at all. I mean, I know that that's basically the center of the of film industry in the world. So it's extremely inviting and enticing. I've only been there when I was little on a vacation. So
Okay, and the reason I say that, I'm doing a plug because the American film is something that I don't think you're going to want, and a lot of people really don't want. But the Produced By conference, you would probably do really good there, or not. I don't really know. It's very expensive, and that's the problem with these things because you go, dude, I need money. Because I don't feel sometimes you guys get the money that you need. We talk to someone, they may change it, but sometimes they go, well, I have a job, I support this, I'm doing a lot of things I want. Why do you want to do film? Because I think that's one of the things that I don't want to ask that because people say, like yesterday, unless they change it, they go, well, I really did this for a lot of years, but I had another job, and this was the thing that I kept on the side, but I really need to make money is what everyone wants to say because they go, no, I love it. But I go, but you need to pay the bills. How are you paying the bills?
Yeah, it's definitely a huge sacrifice, I think, to make films in countries where there are not a lot of private productions because there are much less opportunities. Simply, the market is so much smaller. You can't possibly make back the money you've spent on the film from the tickets of people watching your film. So it's definite. It definitely opens your world up when you go to English-speaking territories and when you make films there, and you can actually make it your living. Whereas it's much more difficult in countries where you're basically entirely up against the decision-making institutions to give you money. You're not gonna really get it from productions, from private productions. So yeah, I mean, for me, it was. I look at film pretty much as a form of art, and that's why I decided to follow this path, no matter how difficult it must be. And I do have a job next to it. So I work in the Hungarian National Film Archive. I'm the creative coordinator there, and beforehand I was editing. I made my income as an editor. So definitely, you always have to sort of think of another source of income because yeah, you're possibly not gonna become rich from being a director in Hungary.
Well, and it's funny that you say that. We live in a world that's connected now. And the good thing about that is, since we're connected, sorry, I got so many thoughts right now because I have someone I'm working with in Canada and they're traveling. And I go, can you please promote the film that I gave you? And we'll see. But I'm hoping the Canada thing works. And that's kind of what I'm going with Hungary. And I'm glad you mentioned that. And I know they won't, you'll move on. And the hope, I think, for anyone in this industry, whether they're starting off or they've been at it for a while, is that they go real big. Like, I don't know which one. Do you admire any people out there? Is there anyone that has said it for you? And or do you who got you into film?
I think I got myself into film. I was very much attracted to visual storytelling and aesthetics. So I started up from that angle, and I usually watched old films. So those were mostly my inspirations, and yes, of course, I have people that I really look up on. The 80% of them are also directors that lived in the previous century. And now, from directors that are living now, I think I like some Hungarian directors like Ildikó Enyedi. Maybe you know her, and like Hajdú Szabolcs. He's also a Hungarian director who is independent, and they make films that are closer to me because they are a little bit more on the artistic side. But I hope that it can revive like films that have to do a little bit with art. I hope that it can still have a space nowadays, even though I absolutely love also Hollywood and this industry. But I think that the European point of view is also quite interesting.
It's funny that you say that because, and I've kind of gotten this because this is the first time we've been in Budapest. We have had people from around the world, in areas where they go, I can't even travel there, in years past. And I go, ooh, I learned from everybody, and it's really good. Usually we're more local than not, and or they travel to our area. But right now, I think we're at a time where you go, look at everything. And I like how you just said it, perspective. And sometimes, like, I'll give you an example. I'm doing a comic, and and I wouldn't have done a comic honestly before, but now sometimes I go, I have time. I do radio, but I've done other things. But now I'm taking care of my mother. So now my life has changed in a way where I go, people have to think about their family. And people are, love it, hate it, or whatever. I know it's a story. 2020 changed everything, and it's changing as we speak. Some say, no, not really. And I say, well, you never know. But what I'm seeing is there is this change, and then the industry is changing. I'll give you an example. Leslie, La Femme, and I don't know if you know this, but this is one of the few festivals that you could tune into from anywhere and watch the film, which I really wish there are some places that do this, like the American Film Market, that says, hey, everybody go watch these. These are the ones that we're featuring, because when you come to American Film Market, you want distribution. There are other ones like Hong Kong that does this as well, and I've been invited there, haven't traveled there, and they go, hey, bring your stuff here and we help you with licensing with others, but you really have to promote it. You have to go to all the distributors and go, where do you distribute to, where do you distribute to? So I don't know the distributors there in Hungary, so I don't know what you guys are, because licensing is everything. It may be allowed in one area, it's not allowed in another. You go, some don't even do that. I was told like certain type of movies don't do good in that part of the area. So I guess what I'm saying is there's a lot more than making the film. Then there's I gotta get it seen. But here at La Femme, this is the one opportunity that everyone has to be able to get it and see it from anywhere around the world where it is available. So we have a link. We'll bring that up. What do you want to say to people that you go, hey, can you watch my film since it already won? And then let's get an opportunity going, because I do understand some of these kind of sit there and you follow them years later and they're not doing what they want to do, because it's hard to get. I know there's like a channel which did for documentaries and biographies, but they're drying up. Streaming is the next thing, but sometimes you go, I have a short. Who's going to want to see it? So who's going to want to see your short?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately you put so much effort into making something which you hope will be a beautiful present to your fellow human beings. And I think it's also quite a sad situation that many times films are made and then they just disappear, or they are not really distributed because there isn't opportunity for that, especially in this area. So I would like everyone to see this film, because I made it for them. I certainly didn't make it for myself, and not only me, but of course, as you know, a lot of people are involved in the making of a film. It's like a whole army of people that are just putting everything they have, all their energies together to create something that they hope they can then give to the world as a present. So I hope that I'm very glad that people are going to be able to see it from all over the world, and I'm really thankful for this opportunity, and I hope that they will enjoy it, because that's really the motivation for me behind every film that I do.
Well, I'm glad you said that, and I know Leslie is, and this is where I say, Leslie, you were ahead the whole time, and I'm glad I'm working with you, because I've done other festivals, and this film festival is one of the few that say, hey, work together, guys, and make it happen. So when you meet everyone, and I don't know if anyone can, like, I know some are like, I'm going to drive there, some are like, I'm taking a plane there, some are like, I can't go. Network, because I guarantee I can almost see you here in LA. I could almost see us, like, and you go, I don't remember you, but I kind of remember you. I go, I know, but. And then if you're ever in the area, American Film Market, I know people there. I'll introduce you left, right, and center. Last time I met some people, they were from a whole other area, which is in like near Russia, and now Russia's everything right now. But, so I'm just saying, when you're in the area, let us know, okay?
Thank you so much, and thanks for talking to me. I really enjoyed it.
No, thank you. And again, for everyone watching, we have the link here. I'm going to bring it up really quick. It's very simple. Just go and support, and then say, hey, I saw you, and then get their stuff out there because they don't really always get it out there, and more people that see it, sometimes it may not get distribution, it may get distribution, but even then, if you look at the money that they get for distribution, you go, it's not a lot. It's really not a lot. You go, so I'm going to bring that up one more time. It disappears so quick. But you click, or you type that in, you'll be able to get it, you'll be able to support, and people like mine, and so many will say thank you for supporting us, because honestly, they need support, and they really need it to be seen. So promote. Go, hey, I have somebody for your project, and you may want to work on some projects, maybe not. Maybe you'll work on something for they're all getting bought out. What's going on over there? Okay, I'll find out, because everybody's getting bought, and so I don't really know. But you'll work for somebody big, and then you'll be unreachable. And when you're unreachable, just let us know, okay? We'll promote you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, more right after this. Stay tuned. We're here with someone, and I'm going to say this right now. I saw you behind, and I go, dude, I got to go with the beard. You got it.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all? Oh, you're the second person. Okay, we're going to have to edit this. We're going to have to edit this, guys. This has happened before. Can you go back and then come back in? You'll probably hear us. We're going to edit this out.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I know. Go back out and then come back in.
Oh.
Yeah. And for those of you watching, this is our live version. Let me see you guys watching. Do comment. We're going to have to edit that out. Sorry, Phil. I apologize. He's our behind-the-scenes guy who makes it look good at the end. But this is what happens when you go live and technology. But if we didn't have technology, we wouldn't even be doing this. We wouldn't be able to experience this. All right, let's go and test
can
this.
Hear you.
Now you can hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little thing. It happens that way. Okay, I'm going to go... I'm going to go back, Dominique, and we're going to go out of this, and then we're going to come back as though we never met, okay? So just go with it, okay? Awesome. Okay. And do you say Dominique or Dominic?
Dominic.
Dominic? Okay, awesome. Okay, we'll be right back. Right. We're here with Dominic, and Dominic, you have and this is called something that I go, ooh, and I'm going to let you introduce it, because what I have found is that we're dealing with different languages, and sometimes the language that it gets translated to isn't the same, or they had to go with a different one because somehow it's taken somewhere. What is the name of this one that I'm seeing? Because it's really good.
The name of the movie, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, it's Vindicta. In Latin, it means revenge.
Okay, here it is.
I'm Klaus. And you are?
Anna.
In a world drenched with noise and madness, the very sight of you is the only music I wish to hear.
I remember that look.
This is a Nazi falling in love with a Jew.
Love finds a way.
Mere seconds separate all of us from being on the wrong or the right side of life. One false move and life becomes death. Just like that.
You must survive.
Another round!
God, Hannah, what have you done?
They won't be bothering us or anyone anymore. Do you believe in him?
I believe his intentions are correct. What we are doing will change the entire world, and I want you to be there with me, to witness it.
I've got one question. This is like bigger than most, and I go, how do I say this? How long is this, by the way? I don't have the amount of time this one is.
Oh, it's 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Okay, awesome. This is a feature. Sometimes we get in our notes here, feature, and I go, how long is it? And I go, but 2 hours, could it have been longer? And you're like, it could have gone a little longer. On the director's edition, it could have gone longer. Do you have that?
You can always edit it up or down. I'd say 10, 15 minutes. But I think you always look at the story, and if it moves along, and if you keep too intrigued, that way you kind of keep it fresh, and hopefully it does to an audience. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say this, that trailer alone, and I'm going to read this really quick or not. Tell us what it's about, because this description, I don't think I can give it what it needs, but you kind of get it really quick. And I do like films like this because I go, that's perspective. Was this based on something loosely? Was it an idea of something that could happen? Or because the acting, like I could see, they're going to go real big.
Yeah, it's based on two different. I took two different stories that were true. Which one was of these girls that would seduce Nazis and then either kill them themselves. And then city of the city called Lidice in then Czechoslovakia, where they killed the entire city. So I figured if you combine these two stories and then base around a girl who's 18 and ends up surviving this ordeal and is hiding with friends of the family, and then by happenstance she sees that she's attractive to all these different Nazis, and then she starts killing them off one by one. And then the Nazis send a special sort of group that is investigating who's doing the killings. And one of the people in the group is this very young, charming Nazi officer who really falls for her. And then it ends up being sort of a cat and mouse game between the two of them.
Okay, and it's funny that you said a couple, and I get that because I've seen a couple films, and my mother is like, sometimes, not going to lie, she likes films that move, and if she saw this, the trailer's not going to move her. She's a hard sell. But if she were to see it, I could almost tell you she'd be like, oh, and I don't know what that is. But do you ever find that you go, it's right there, and people are like, yeah, but because there's this thing that people go, I wasn't there. I don't know. We're living at a time where I go, I don't know how you don't get it. I love films like this because I go, that's something you don't understand happen. And I'm going to go to this part, and I would have to tell my mother in a different way. She just had a stroke, so be nice. But I would say, look, it's about something that happened, but again, dramatization is everything. You have to remember that. But again, because then they go, well, I don't know that. And then they look up Google, and you go, well, and then Google says this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. So I will say this, great job on this. It looks good. I want to see it, and I want to promote it, and I'm glad it's feature length, and I can't wait to see it. I almost wish it were like over here in Los Angeles and you had a premiere. Are you going to do a premiere anytime soon here? We
had one at the just recently at the Beverly Hills Film Festival in LA. This was about roughly 3 weeks ago. So it was a really, really nice premiere. We opened a festival in New York called Dances with Films, and it's been shown now in a few festivals. So it's had its sort of I think a nice sort of run with these certain festivals so far. But yeah, we had one in LA 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
And is it at Cannes, by the way?
Well, it's being we have a sales representative that's selling the film as we speak now at the festival, so it is there.
Okay, and now I know why I was saying this in the last interview. Have you been to the American Film Market? Are you from here? Because I feel like you're from the area. Or you? Because we're talking to people from Hungary.
I was born in. I am now in Croatia, but I was raised in Chicago and New York.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so wow, okay. Because you remind me of someone that would be in the area, and you're sporting that beard, and I'm going to say this. You need to cast him. Now, I will say this. My mother would be a fan if you were... She's been watching some stuff on Tubi. I kid you not. She goes, there's nothing on. She likes Ben-Hur. She likes Moses. And she likes like she likes stuff where they kill each other and they shoot each other, but then she's like, I'm Christian, I don't do that. But she likes it when they like take them. And do you know, like because I feel like you could be cast in a movie as well, although you obviously are in film, and you're reminding of somebody that did this the same, probably a little different. Vin Diesel did his own stuff. If you look at one of his very first projects, he really was like, I have a hard time finding projects or getting cast, you know. So he did his own thing. It's a short film. You're doing this. Did you step in front as well?
No, I've never acted. I wouldn't. I don't think that's not, that never interested me. I always like being behind the camera. I think that's sort of more, to me, it's more interesting. I marvel at what actors can do and the discipline that they have when it comes to, you know, repeating the same thing over and over again, and then doing it, you know, either the same or maybe slightly different each time. But yeah, I've never been in front of the. I know I did when my father forced me, because my father he still is a theater director and a movie director. When I was, I think, 6 years old, he put me in a movie and I didn't like it. So
that's good. I'm just saying you have a look that's very hard to find. And so I recommend that you do it. Like I could see you in mixed martial arts, like a film of that. I don't know if you know this is coming to the White House. I'm trying to figure out this beard thing, and I'm first at this. So I'm like, you could tell I need a trim. I need to get a haircut. I need to fashion it. But I'm not this guy normally. I'm clean cut. I wear a tie. But I feel like we're going in a time where we're not that anymore. I feel like we're going, hey, I'm tough, you know? So Vindicta, awesome. Keep it going. It's about something you need to see. It's loosely on events, because sometimes people come out, they go, oh, and you go, look, it's loosely. What are you going to do? But it's 2 hours. It looks good. Obviously, there's feedback you're getting. This is one of the ones. When you go to a film festival, I think, I don't know how many you've been to. I've been to a lot. I've been invited to some. I've walked the carpet on some. I've just featured some. I've been behind the camera on some. I've been a part of films, and then I go, that's the final? That looks horrible. They go, no, we're going to clean it up. And then you see it later, and it is cleaned up. What's been the feedback for this?
It's been very positive so far. You know, they've kind of every time. I think when they obviously see the film, they see how much was put forth, and they see the performances, and I think, you know, the two leads, Jack and Devin, did a tremendous job playing these two parts, because the last 2/3 of the film, it's basically just the two of them inside this castle and all of this stuff that happens between them. So yeah, I think the reaction so far and few reviews that have been out have been really, really, really encouraging and really great. You know, they compared it to a lot of great movies from the past, so it's been nice, very nice.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I will say this, American film market, if you can make it to LA, I'll go. I'll show you around. And then it's a little expensive, not going to lie. It's like $1,000 for like a day. But it's worth it.
Times.
Okay, good. Because I feel like I've seen you before. I'm not going to lie. And I would be like, yeah, I'm usually the guy where they say, my camera guy used to go with me. He's dead now, unfortunately. But he would say, hey, you need to interview this guy. And you would be brought up, and I'd say, okay, cool. What do you do? What do you do? Okay, let's do it. And we'd have a banner like this behind. And then we would promote. And then you never know. And then later I would see it somewhere, and I go, oh, I did one like that. And he was from another country. And he's like, I do my own stuff in it, but no one wants to cast me. And he's like, it was for, he said low budget, because in that area, which is Asia, he said it's low budget. And I said, how much was it? He goes, it was 10 million. And I go, that's high budget for a lot of people. How much was your budget for this?
It was roughly 2 million. 2 million. But yeah, I mean, once, and you know, this is, again, it's a period piece. So usually when people watch a film from World War II, they're used to big scenes and tanks and shootings and these expansive sets and things like that. And since, you know, you don't have the means to pay for these things, and most people who have seen movies from that era kind of know their acuity, visual acuity, when it comes to what works visually and what doesn't, is very in tune with the previous films they've seen, like Saving Private Ryan, you know, Schindler's List, 1917, Dunkirk, all these, you know, big movies. So if you try to even attempt something like that, I think you're going to fall short. So I think the only thing that what I wanted to do is what I sort of, I think the movie has, you know, going forward, is the fact that it's character driven. It's really about them. It's about these experiences, these two characters, and especially her, that she goes through in this story. So I relied more on that than let's say, you know, big expansive, you know, sets and things like that. I think it's more in the vein of movies from, you know, if you like movies that are, you know, written in a certain way, like David Mamet, Aaron, people I grew up really liking their work. David Mamet, Aaron Sorkin, Tarantino, you know, people like that. So I think it's sort of, I tried to just have the story that's sort of centered again about these two characters and what they go through, not the you know, big CGI and effects and sets and things like that.
Well, I recommend. The last person, and again, he did his own, like, everything. He fights really strong. He's among the greats. Did we lose you, Dominique? All right, we may have lost Dominic. That's technology. But look, here's the thing. Go watch his movie. It looks good. Vindicta, it looks just amazing. The acting in it, you go, oh, I could see that, like, somehow nominated for something. Sometimes it has to get out there and you go, I'm never going to see it again. What is going on? Well, I'm never going to see it again. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll hopefully get Dominique back. But here's the thing, people, and this is what you need to know. Everything is... I'm going to read this really quick. In just one moment, 19-year-old Hannah's world shatters when her parents are murdered in front of her. Okay, that's all I need to say. That's all I need to say. And then it talks about, again, a lot of things. You heard some things, and it takes place during a time, in a way, that people don't want to really acknowledge. And sadly, that's the problem right now that we're living in. I think he literally lost his battery. I can almost guarantee you. Or not. Yeah, he's having a connection problem. Well, what are you going to do? That's showbiz. There you go. All right, guys. Make it a great day, whatever you do. We have more right after this. Stay tuned. Okay, we have Dominic back, and oddly enough, we might have to edit this. I'm sorry. To our crew, I love you so much. Thank you for being patient. Technology is technology. I'm going to do this in a way that maybe it'll make sense when it's edited or not. I don't really know. I'm asking a lot of questions. People go, why do you ask so much? You know why? Because I can. That's the answer. We have time, actually. Thank God. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring it in a way and just roll with it, Dominic. I hope we can hear you when we do, but here it is. Let me test you not. And here we go. Okay, I'm going to go to something and then just go with it. Okay, roll with it. Here we go. We're here with Dominic, and Dominic is one of those that goes, look, I know what I'm doing, and I know, because I've talked to people like him, and what I've learned through the years, he may say you're actually right, is they know the business more than you know. When they quote numbers and they quote facts and they quote everything, they go, I really want my money, but I'm all right if I don't because I kind of, but then I really need to make money, is not in their head ever. They go, I'm going to make it. And then it happens for them. I don't know why. It just happens. So I always, because I used to have someone travel with me, her name, Crystal Santos. You may know her. She would go with me to the American Film Market, and we would meet people left, right, and center, and I'd be like, okay. And sometimes she'd say, pay attention to that person. You know why? She's worth millions. She doesn't want anybody to know. Anyway, so that's the answer, and she knows people like Dominic. If you ever see Dominic in the room, he's the one off to the side judging the whole time. But then you ask him a question, he goes, yeah, I kind of know that. Dominic, how did you get into the business?
I mean, I've been in around movie business and just, you know, theater and that stuff from birth. My father is a theater director. and has directed over 50 plays, and he's done documentaries and feature films. My mother was a sculptor, so I've been around, especially actors, my whole life. It was sort of commonplace to spend, every time that I spent with my parents and their friends, all their friends were actors. So I've been, around that business my whole life, and then moving to Chicago and New York, I went to this high school that had it's called Professional Children's School, that had there a lot of very, very famous actors and dancers, and people went there, and I was very fortunate enough that around my class and in my class were people like Macaulay Culkin and Kieran Culkin and Scarlett Johansson and Jordana Brewster, Eddie K. Thomas, Julia Stiles, Christina Ricci, all these great then kid actors, but who ended up growing up and becoming big names and great actors, and have done great projects. So, and I saw then even when I was a teenager, when you would see in class, we would have certain assignments, and they would read cold read certain plays and characters, and they would turn it on in an instant and be unbelievable. And these were kids who were 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. So yeah, that was sort of I've been around again my whole life, but around actors, but yeah, so I kind of knew what the business was from an artistic standpoint, but then later on I understood, and I still do, and it's always a learning experience in how how the business works and how it's transitioning, and it's something else entirely. But yeah, I've been around it my whole life.
Okay, when you come to LA, I know we can hang. I feel like you're in a fighter. This is very difficult. And you're looking at a type. I am looking at a type, but I also see the business in you, and I see something that I don't usually see in the biz, and it's called I know the money. I just know money, and I don't know if it's a business thing that you went and you came back into film in a way through something, or because you bring something. I go listen to that guy because he knows what he's doing, but you need to kind of know. And I know you probably already do, world distribution, because thank God for Netflix, where I go, my mother would not watch a lot of this if it weren't dubbed or subtitled. And I'm looking at this as an opportunity in certain areas. I'll give you an example. At the American film market, we have this he probably will change the story, but at the time, he did stunts. And he did this project, and it was technically not really good in the U.S. market. It made like nothing, okay, nothing. But he says, for some reason in Egypt, we're making it really good. And I go, that's interesting. So he did really good in Egypt, which here in the U.S., we don't think about distribution around the world. Whenever you see film, and this almost needs to be a topic about worldwide distribution versus local U.S. distribution. Because when you think Hollywood in this area, again, where do you live exactly, Dominique?
I'm between Croatia and New York City.
Okay, all right. But here in the U.S., when they talk Hollywood, they say, oh, it was a bomb. You go, that doesn't mean it's a bomb around the world. Wait for it. Because they go the 1 week and they go, it was a bomb. You go, dude, shut up. You have to look at the world base. Now, we're at a time where if you're smart in this business, you will make money eventually, but it doesn't happen right away. Like that $2 million, will you see it right away? I don't know. When you say you have a rep that's a salesperson, I go monitor that person, be with them the whole time, because they will make deals that you do not agree to. I have literally been there where
I know.
See, I told you, he's got to be that person. I know all of it. So I'm saying this to the people watching. And Dominique, tell me if this happens. When people have a sales rep, it's good to have one, but sometimes you go, I didn't know you were doing that. When you're in the room with them, they go, no, don't be. I want to bring you in as this. Be in the room with them anyway. And I don't know if you've ever been in this situation where they go, oh, we did a deal, but they're not going to pay right away. Okay, what are they going to do? Now, sometimes, and they don't tell you this, they are, because they're an agent, they're working for other people. And you probably know this. Lionsgate Stars was at AFM. So I went there, I said, okay, interesting. Now we can interview them. I could get in front of anyone I want because we do what we do. It's ABC. And that's where some people use me, and I go, oh, and I know you, and or people that you know would use me, going, you have connection to that, you can bring them in front of you, yeah, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to create a problem, right? With what but people do that all the time, unfortunately. AFM kind of went, didn't go, and whatever. But Lionsgate and Starz were among the few that were saying, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Now, if you look at them, they're distributing all kinds of stuff. And I think Lionsgate would look at you. There's another one that they work with. I forget what it is. And then they have a lot of subsection ones, and they're good world. I would make a deal in a way and tell your agent, can you and I go talk to Lionsgate? Would you do that, Dominique?
Well, of course. I mean, I'm always open to any of these things, and you know that in this business, I'd say 90% of the companies are not really honest, and they're going to try to trick you and do the least amount of work for the film that you've done, and then take the most money out of it. That's sort of how they function. It's what's strange about this business. There's no sort of repercussions. There's it's the Wild West in so many ways, and that's the one thing I always tell people is when they try to get into it, I go, you have to know this is a jungle. There are no rules. There's nothing that sort of that prevents these people from behaving in a certain way. And being at AFM several times, the amount of just indecency when it comes to business. I've never seen any business function like that. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very thorough. You have to vet people. You have to, not trust people, but if you find someone who's a good person and who you can trust after a certain period of time, stick with them. I think in this business, of course, reputation goes a long way, but what you want to do, and if you look at now what's good about, I think, movie industry or any industry, but especially movie industry, you have so many interviews online and so many people who share their experiences, and if you look at biographies of great directors, they've kind of worked with the same people, technically speaking, their whole life. The editor, the DOP, the composer, people like that. You when you find someone you like to work with, who's good to you, who's good for the project, who you mesh and work well together, stick with them. Don't change because someone tells you to change. Don't change if you get to a certain level. Don't go, well, because people will come up to you and go, well, maybe now you should change it. You should go to this person and that person. I go, no, you should stick with the people. You should be loyal, which is the one thing that's very rare in any business, but especially movie business, because it's just, it's a jungle.
It is, and I've been there and I've seen it, and some are like, "Can you sell for me?" I go, because I come from sales. I've been in the sales thing, and there is a thing, and then you go, but at the end of the day, with this, sadly, it's an agreement. I will say Lionsgate had the decision makers there. She goes, "Oh, she's actually running the whole show." I go, "Really?" Yeah, and no one knew that this woman was there as the one running the show, and a lot of people, sadly, and if you've and I know I'm talking in a way, and some will agree with me, and some will say it actually is that way. The business people, like Dominique, usually are the ones quiet, judging the whole time. And when they judge in a way where they just look at you almost like a fighter. And this is where I go, you have a fighter in you. I don't know if you've ever done any fighting, but in a way, never underestimate a fighter. A fighter knows how to disable you right away. And I've learned this. I'm not a fighter. You could disable me. You look at me and go, you're not a fighter. It's obvious. But I've learned from fighters, and I've met fighters, and I go, oh, they have this thing. They look at you. They're fun. Those are the ones they're going to drop you so quick if they want to. I've been approached, and I've gone to events, and literally I had this one woman who jumped out in front of me to get a person coming at me, and she goes, I'm going to beat you. And she literally could. She comes from the world of fights. So if you ever have a fight movie, I can hook you up with a bunch of people because oddly enough, I know people in that world and they want to work hard. There are a lot of good people in that world. Now you're doing something in a whole other part of the world, but it's funny they say Chicago because I had a co-host. Her name is Kelly V. Dolan, and she's in Chicago right now. And her and I would interview you, and you would, but sometimes she goes, I don't know what they do. I go, just pay attention to them, watch. Because again, whoever works with Dominic will make money eventually. And the reason I say that is people don't want to say no to you. And yet some go, I don't know what to do with that. But you say, no, this is my film. And he'll be the guy with it on his iPad or not. I don't know how you do this, Dominic. And say, can you do our film? This is our trailer. They say, oh, okay. But you really want to show them the whole thing and say, we'll dub it, and you do the dubbing, and then say, what countries can we get that in? You go with that, you're good to go, okay?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, regarding any room, I think the loudest person in the room is the weakest. And I think you learn most by being quiet and listening. And I think in any business, but also in the movie business, if you just, pay attention and are diligent and take good advice and stick to your guns and stick to who you are and what you kind of believe in, and again build a team, build a nice team around you. You'll be fine, but also be ready and be prepared that it's not easy, but it is a battle. It's like going into a boxing match. You got to be ready.
Yeah, and again, great job on the title. Sometimes they make you change the title, by the way, just so you know. If
I know. They already there was a point when they give you, for example, when especially for this film, you had certain offers come in that people want to maybe buy the film, and then they put in the contract, which to me, I mean, it's very clever how they put it, even though I know legally that it's something that you can't hold them to. They say meaningful consultation regarding changing on the title, and I said to the sales agent, and I said to everyone else, I go, no, it's the title is the title, and that's it. I don't believe in meaningful consultation because it means nothing.
Well, it's sort of like, are you charging me for that? But I will say this: the one that I'm talked about, he got distribution eventually, and I go, no, I knew it as a different title, so I had to go back to the interview. I go, yep, there it is, and he did rename it, and it's good that he did because it was called something that kind of got all of a sudden on another movie, and so I go, oh, I get it. So sometimes it will compete with something. They go, they are mixing it with that one, or and here's where it's really weird. You go, what country are we talking about? Now, if you do the math on this, and I would do this 100%, figure out the corresponding areas and then how it translates. Because sometimes that title is, you have to talk to a person. Like, you probably understand this because you're in a country where titles can change. We had one yesterday. She said, well, the title actually means spring, but I had to change it, so now I did prime. But in our language, it means really spring, but it's almost like, well, what word makes it? There is no word. So I guess that's my point. So just be open to doing it.
That stuff I know, and one of the reasons I named it Vindicta is because it's Latin, and it's a language that kind of no one uses. But when people hear Vindicta, there's certain names for revenge, or how you express revenge. It's vengeance or vendetta or revenge or whatever it is, but I thought Vindicta was a sort of a cool way to kind of do it, because also in World War II, some people knew, not many, how to speak Latin. No, today no one knows how to speak Latin, but Vindicta was something that sort of it stuck to me, and I felt, it's simple. I like simple titles, one letter, one word that sort of encapsulates what you're kind of trying to do. I never liked, movies with huge, long titles.
Yeah, and it was funny because this one, and again, it was a 10 million project, and he really asked a lot of favors for it. And I'm like, 10 million, wow. And he's like, no, that's low budget where we're at. And in Asia, 10 million is kind of low budget. Their stuff is like, sometimes you don't even hear how much it is, and you go, that's how much they spent? Yeah. So I'm just saying, when you watch all this stuff and you see it renamed, I'll give you an example. I have another person, she's a great director in Kazakhstan, and she is a woman director, but you and her would actually understand. You mentioned some directors that you like and some people that do film, and I go, oh, she loves those. She I think if she could, if she had a sword, she would cut you. She'd say, no, I'm very nice about it. She's a mother, but she is very smart when she directs and she puts a project together in areas that you go, they fight all the time. So, and she said something to me. Anyway, I know we're out of time. We had a little bit more time than normal because we have a little opening in this time segment. So I do want to say this: keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Okay, and always be open to changes because that's where your film can be seen all of a sudden in certain countries and or not seen. But I totally get you on agreements. You go, look, are they charging for that? This is so dumb because I need money back because it takes forever to make your money in certain areas, you know?
Because people forget that movies are a business, and only by happenstance and luck does the movie become art. You know, I think the greatest movies ever have been made. Very few movies now will become classics. But it is a business, and your mind has to always be wary of that and aware of that. So anytime, if it's your money, if it's someone else's money, you're responsible for it, and it's your job to pay it back, and based on your success or lack thereof, you're going to get another chance or not to make a film. I think you get too. A lot of people get too sort of absorbed by the artistry of movies, but that's what they are. But in essence, it is a business, and you have to be aware of that at all times too.
And I will say, some of those people that you mentioned that you did time with, ask one of them to look at your film and be in the next one, and then you go, "Ooh, I have it." And because you already have a connection that other people don't, you know what I mean? So keep it going, Dominique. Congratulations. You're doing some great stuff. I'm going to bring it up again because I know this interview was very long, but I'm going to say it was worth it. Here it is, Vindicta. Go watch it.
Thank you.
I'm Klaus. And you are?
Anna.
In a world drenched with noise and madness, the very sight of you is the only music I wish to hear.
I remember that look.
This is a Nazi falling in love with a Jew.
Love finds a way.
Mere seconds separate all of us from being on the wrong or the right side of life. One false move and life becomes death. Just like that.
You must survive.
Another round!
God, Hannah, what have you done?
They won't be bothering us or anyone anymore. Do you believe in him?
I believe his intentions are correct. What we are doing will change the entire world, and I want you to be there with me, to witness it.
What's going on?
Well, we're here at the Femme Film Festival. We're really excited. It empowers women producers, writers, and directors. And we're doing a lot of good things in the industry. We've got over 100 films we're screening. We've got 4 seminars with expert panelists, social media, how to market your film, WGA panels, pitching panel where you actually get a chance to, try your legs out and pitch, and marketing and distribution panel. It's the great banner year. We're honoring fabulous celebrities this year: Angela Bassett, Virginia Madsen, Angela Kingsey, Maggie Wheeler, and Loretta Devane.
Very nice event.
I wanted my film here, and I have never been to such a supportive film festival. I love Femme. I love the name.
It's a wonderful new world, and I'm very, very honored. Right now is the time. You are the one, and if you're looking for a helping hand, it is probably at the end of your own arm. I am Shirley Lee Ralph. I love you just the way you are, and I thank you all for this award tonight. I really do. Thank you.
We're here with Anna, and Anna, you have a project right here. It's called Who by Logic in Vienna. Are you hearing me? You're the next one. This program is really, this is another one we're going to have to edit. Who knew? Which is actually good, but I cannot say what I want to say. And it's Anna, if you cannot hear me, go back and then come back in. So go back out and then come back in. She can't hear me. It's a bug. I could almost guarantee it. And it's not the first time either. Or, you know what, by the way, for those of you tuning in, I have a question on your phones. My mother's phone, she taps on it and it doesn't see her at all. And I go, great, Verizon. So if your phone is doing that, I can almost guarantee it's a thing. But I think this is a different thing. So I'm going to do this. No, I don't want to do that. So guys, just bear with me. This is called It Is What Happens in the Industry. Oddly enough, even technology goes out. Anna, since you cannot hear me, I could type something. You cannot hear me, right? Okay, speak. You speak. Just say something. Say, hi, I'm Anna. Okay, maybe Anna's like, I can hear her audio. Okay, so Anna, here's what we need to do. I wish I could do it on my end. I'm going to take you out. Come back in. Okay? Come back. Yeah, go out and then come back in. See right there. She already knows. I want to do it for it. Let's see. And then hopefully she'll come back. This is technology. What are you going to do? Yeah. But her film looks good. Well, she typed no order. I'm going to bring on her film so you guys can watch it because we're waiting on a couple people, but we'll see. But here's the film. Check it out.
Valerie, meet my friend Jones. Jones, this is Valerie.
Hello. Nice to meet you, Valerie. Sorry about earlier.
Thanks for rescuing me. Although I kind of get where she's coming from. You could be trying to get your family to Europe with my help.
But I'm American.
I know, right?
Was soll das bitte sein?
Das ist, worauf sich unsere Anwälte geeinigt haben.
Und das willst du mir als guten Deal verkaufen?
Du weißt genau, dass es nicht so enden muss, Wally.
What's so special about her? She's definitely not the only beauty in the world.
We're done. It's over.
Okay, so that is the trailer. So we're going through technical difficulties. We're going to edit it, so you will not even know it. This is the way movies are made, by the way. So many. I mean, seriously. We got Anna. Let's see, Anna. We're not live, so don't worry. But we are live in a way. So, but we're not doing the interview. So keep it together. I don't know if you guys watch Oprah. Oprah doesn't meet with her people ahead of time. Did she change it? Now she meets with them? She changed what she... Never mind, people change what they say. I'm pretty sure I heard someone say they don't like meeting with them ahead of time. That way it's fresh. No? Because some go, why do you do that? Because sometimes you guys give it and then it's not the same the next time. It's so weird. Okay, Anna, I know you're waiting on people, by the way. Are they coming? Just nod yes or no. They are coming. Do they know the time? Because we can wait only so much. I mean, seriously. Okay, I'm not going to call them out, but can you make a call to them and make sure that they're on? Because, yeah. So, because I know Anna's a part of it. And we've had this sometimes where they go, I can't do it, you do it. They go, and oh, I get that look now because they go, I've done so many interviews, all right? And in what I do radio, you have one shot. It's called the shot that you're on, okay? I've had people go, I have no more time. I go, why did you schedule it? It makes no sense. On radio, we are on when we're on. We're not on radio right now, thank God. But if I were, I couldn't even say this. I don't say this stuff. So you're watching behind the scenes. That's the answer. But if you have a show, or I know a lot of you do. It's odd that a lot of my friends that are on social media, they never hit me up anymore. But I'm guessing something. They always want a show. They want a show. They want a show. They want a show. And then when they get it, and some of them get it, some of them don't. And I go, oh, you should have told me that. I could have helped you out. I could have helped you out more than once. Because you go, why are you hanging out with me? I know I'm not special. Because they want a show. They always want a show. So there you go. People go, why don't you show it on your own? I'll tell you why. No one calls. They go, are you okay, Aaron? I go, have you watched the show? No. Then you don't support. Why do you want support? So I have a lot. And my mother, you know who knows about my mother? No one. No. Okay, some of you do, and I appreciate you. Some of you have said, by the way, your mother, because I post on social media, and then people say, take it down. I say, dude, you need for people to know. Oh, everyone knows and doesn't, or they might remember, but they don't. I thought he was in his 60s. Jose Luis Sedano. Jose Luis has done so many things for so many people. He died in February. They still haven't had the funeral. What world are we living in? In February. He died in February. It was really bad. I went to visit him. I didn't know for, I don't know how long that he was in there. My family didn't even tell me he was there. And I get a message, thank God for Facebook, on one that I never use. And oddly enough, I go, and it's, you need to visit. All right, cool. I go and visit. He has a tube down his throat, unconscious. And I go, how come I wasn't told? Yeah, I kind of thought it was weird he didn't reach out. No, I didn't know. So he's dead. And they still haven't had his funeral. And he was Catholic. I go, and I had a message which was, never mind, they could be watching. I love you so much, by the way. But seriously, if you're Catholic, don't you expect like a funeral right away? Why is it months? And isn't it supposed to be free? It's free, right? How many of you are Catholic? Raise your hand. All right, well, there you go. Anyway, I have a question on that. I'm not Catholic, but he had so many prayers. He says, I'm going to pray. And he would do it without even permission. And I'm like, oh, I guess we're praying, okay. And so, anyway, he was Catholic. He still doesn't have a funeral from his own church. Isn't that weird? Months later. And it's not that hard. Not that hard. Why are they so expensive? They are, no? Because they said, no, they don't charge for it. I go, I've heard a lot of places that they charge. Maybe they mean a donation. Why? They're dead. Why do you have to donate? Time? Money? Do you know how many times he probably donated by just going and saying he was Catholic? They have money. Look at the churches. I mean, it's not that hard. All right, we're waiting on a few. It is literally the time, Hannah. It is. Do you just want to go on? Because I don't mind just you and I. You could talk about it and say they are not very supportive. Because sometimes you're alone. You're alone. You are. It's true. Okay, I'm going to test that anyway. If you're watching, this is behind the scenes. I know they're watching, going, I don't know how to get in. Some people have been clicking the wrong link, by the way. Yeah, I'm not going to throw them under the bus, but all right. Let's see, Anna. Can you hear me, Anna? Okay, Anna can hear me. All right. So I'm assuming we can hear you. So we're going to do this again live. And I think we're just going to go with you, Anna. If they're late, they're late. Sometimes they join in the middle and you go, oh, you missed it. Because we're way over. So here we go. We're going to do a little something, and it's called a break. And then we're going to act like we've never even seen each other. And by the time you see this, if you see this, by the way, just pray for my family. I mean, Jose Luis Sedano, camera, worked on our show, Live with Aaron and Kelly. You may be a fan, may not. I got where I am because of him, and still they haven't had a funeral for him, and he's Catholic. Who does that? Anyway, I almost want to take him to the side and be like, here he is. Are you have any memories of him? Catholic, get it together. Okay, we'll be right back with more right after this. Stay tuned. We're here with Anna, and Anna is doing something that is in the biz, and it is something, and I say this again and again. Sometimes you do a film, and you have so many people behind the film, and then things happen, accidents happen, and all of a sudden you go, how come they haven't taken any of my calls? Like someone that is very close to me, and some of you know, Jose Luis Sedano, who was my cameraman forever, and he's the reason I'm in the biz. He's the reason I do what I do. He's the reason even Femme and us work together, because he said, sure, I'll go with you, and he never expected payment. And sadly, he died, and those of you that know him know he's the one behind the scene, very quiet, but he's always judging. Well, we have Anna with us now, and Anna, you have something, and you've worked with people all around, and some of those people are working. Who by Logic? What's it about?
Who by Logic? So it's a film set in Vienna, and it follows a journey of a woman who's going through separation while she meets and forms a connection with a new person in her life. And at the same time, she's navigating this transitional point in her life. So essentially, it's about emotional tension between staying within what feels safe and then the pull towards the change. So it's the film that explores contradictions, and it doesn't really give an easy answers. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that, and I know you worked with some other people on this, and I know sometimes things happen, and it is what is, but I'm going to show, and hopefully they'll join us, but here it is, Who by Logic. Check it out.
Valerie, meet my friend Jones. Jones, this is Valerie.
Hello. Nice to meet you, Valerie. Sorry about earlier.
Thanks for rescuing me. Although I kind of get where she's coming from. You could be trying to get your family to Europe with my help.
But I'm American.
I know, right?
Was soll das bitte sein?
Das ist, worauf sich unsere Anwälte geeinigt haben.
Und das willst du mir als guten Deal verkaufen?
Du weißt genau, dass es nicht so enden muss, Wally.
What's so special about her? She's definitely not the only beauty in the world.
We're done. It's over.
Interesting. Now, Anna, again, and I know we're trying to get your people here, including one that just made, and hopefully we have him. I don't know why you guys do this on the road. It's the worst data ever. But we're going to be Randall. I can almost guarantee you he's like my connection. Do you hear me? Here we go. Randall. Yes. Randall, that was a great moment in Who by Logic. Thank you for being on the road. And I'm assuming you're not driving and I hope you're in the back seat, and I hope you're safe, okay? Because we've been seeing videos here at ABC, and we go, oh Oh no! So be careful. What was it like being in this?
Well, it was a great collaborative project with Anne and Kate, especially being one of the leads and love interest. I don't often get a chance to play that particular, let's say, romantic character, and it was an interesting process in developing this relationship, because we're friends normally, and it was more interesting to go down this road.
Yeah, and I'm glad you say that. And I could see you have family. And I really want to say I'm glad you have family because, in a way, when you have family and say hello to the family, because the family support the people in the biz, okay? And it's hard when you have scenes like this. And I know people out there go, like my mother. My mother goes, did it really happen? Because if he has a family, you know, I mean, because sometimes even in the film, Who by Logic, you go, I don't know if you put it there. I'm a fan of some stuff, and we have celebrity in the house. I just found out I know now an editor of Love is Blind. Do you guys watch the show?
I'm familiar with it. Yes.
Familiar with it, yeah.
I know an editor that does the show, just so you know. So I'm so happy right now because I'm a fan of it. I have so much judgment on that, or not. I don't really know. But Who by Logic? How did you guys get brought into this? Anna, I'll go with you first.
Sure. So I met Kate Bandel, the producer, at an acting workshop in Vienna. Since then, we've become friends. And then she introduced me the idea of Who by Logic. And I just loved the story, and I immediately wanted to be part of it.
Well, I'm glad you said that. And Randall, obviously, you kind of mentioned just some stuff right now. Again, on the road, be safe. But real quick, you being part of this, and I know I'm hoping the other person will show up, but sometimes it is what it is. And thank you for taking time. Being in a film that's being featured in like an area, are you from the area of, Budapest?
Ultimately, no. We all met in Vienna, where it was filmed, and we're part of a group of actors that get together, and we got together. And she had this project, and she recruited us for this particular thing.
Okay, and I say that, and I love that you have the little one behind you. He's trying
He's very excited.
Yeah, tell him that he's trying to bring you all the toys you ever want in ever. Okay, because when he sees this movie, and I don't know, can he see this movie, or you're like, dude, don't watch it? Because that scene right there, I have questions.
He may be confused why he has two moms now, but it should be all right.
Okay, I'm just saying. Anna, obviously, you guys have a scene here. I love the titles. I love how this all happened. Being Vienna, I've never gone to Vienna, okay? I'm here from the U.S. I live in the area, as people say, Hollywood, okay? I never tag Hollywood, but I'm literally right down the street. But I will say this. Have you guys been here, either one of you?
Yes, I used to live in North Hollywood, Burbank. I worked at AMC Theaters before I got into acting. I worked as an usher at AMC Theater.
Dude, you and I almost know the same people. What about you, Anna?
No, I've been to New York many years. I studied at Stella Adler, but I've never got a chance to travel to California and that side of U.S. But I'm very curious.
Yeah, it's a small world over here. And if I name some names, you go, dude, I actually know them. It's kind of weird. Who by Logic, awesome, great job. Obviously, this is coming here to Budapest, which is awesome. I'm not going to Budapest. Are you guys going to Budapest then?
Yes, we'll both be there, hopefully answering Q&A questions and meeting the audience that comes through.
Lucky. Okay, and you, Anna, evidently, I see you nodding yes.
Yes, I'm excited to come to the festival. Yeah.
Okay, now while you're there, network. Now, so you both act. Are you going to be directing anytime soon, or writing, or are you primarily, please hire me, I need a job? Because in this acting, I go, ooh, I get it, very good.
Yeah, actually, I'm at Cannes at the moment. So I'm an actor producer, and I've been making some connections and whatnot. I have a number of projects that also I'd like to do with Kate, and other actors that are in Vienna. So part of the reason why I'm here in Cannes is to make connections and bring some work back to Vienna.
What about you, Anna?
Well, I'm primarily an actress, and I usually work as an actress, but I'm interested in producing and I'm taking steps towards it. So I'm open to new projects and, excited to what comes next. I'm interested in female-led projects, so we'll see how it goes.
Now, I will say this, and I'm glad you both put that out there. And Randall, good job, by the way. And here's what I'm going to say. I guess, and this is what people don't understand about the business. Sometimes an actor comes in, but like Randall, he is working the business. And I'm sure you do too as well, Anna. But sometimes what people don't understand is since you're in a project, promote the project. And then sometimes it will get seen, sometimes it won't get seen, because you're at people that know the Cannes Film Festival know it's hard to get there. It's very big. I've never been there. I know people that have. I know people that are there right now. They're working it. Sometimes you get invited to everything. Sometimes you get invited to nothing. And you want to judge people. And I say judge. Our last interview, which you guys didn't see, is very important because he goes, I don't know if you guys know about the American film market. I'm putting it out there for a reason. They've moved it around. And sometimes if you've ever gone, you go, there are a lot of shysters there. And there are. And they're all right saying it. We had Adam Carolla on, and he literally said, you know how many douchebags there are out there taking advantage of y'all? And it was the funniest moment I had ever seen because that is the biz, and they never say it. Now, the great thing about La Femme is I usually find the people that are doing the biz rather than trying to say, oh, I know someone. So just be that person that connects it. And Randall, I know you're doing that, right?
Yeah, one of the things that, I connect with that entirely, especially living in LA. There's a lot of people that talk very big. I know a lot of people. I know when I can get you in touch with so-and-so and so-and-so's nephew, niece, uncle, and dog's cousin. But ultimately, it's the people who get the work done, the people who create projects and finally deliver a finished product. Those are the ones that I like to connect with. And those are the ones I hope to meet.
Yeah, and getting a finished product. And so I'm going with this because sometimes people don't understand. Your little one's so cute. But people don't understand. Sometimes people that are, I'll give you an example. Sometimes people go, why is that guy executive producer? And he's an actor because he helped put it all together. They go, is he bringing the money? No, he knows the people with the money. It doesn't mean always, or you get brought on. I say this, push it as producing when you put some stuff together. I'll give you an example. I had a friend who was in a film. It wasn't a really good film, so I'm not going to say who it is. And that's what happens at sometimes festivals. You see films that are good, that are not good, and are some good. And they go, well, what do you mean? My film is always good. You go, but would you want everybody to see it? Because sometimes it goes missing, and the actors, which do this sometimes for free, go, where's it at? I need to show that. I have an opportunity here. And they go, and all of a sudden, nothing. So if you can get it out there, sometimes it needs to be edited. Sometimes it needs, certain countries don't allow certain things. Do it. Get it. Because sometimes all of a sudden you see something that you've never seen before. I don't know if you've ever done this, where you work on a project. I've been a part of a lot of projects that get hidden and they hide it themselves because they go, it's not good enough, it's not good enough. And it's not, but then edit it, give me the little demo, and now I have another job. You know what I'm trying to get an acting role with beards. Do you have any connections, Randall or Anna?
There's a lot of Viking things going on at the moment. I wholeheartedly agree with that. It's hard for actors to get good footage. And production companies and those guys out there, please listen. It doesn't matter if it's great, if it's a masterpiece. Sometimes, a little scene for an actor is important, and we really appreciate if you get that to us, as soon as possible. So keep that in mind. That sometimes it's about the smaller pieces in the bigger product.
It is. It's a great demo reel, Anna.
Yeah, I think part of the reason why First of all, I definitely agree with your point, in terms of understanding the industry from a different perspective, not just from an acting perspective. I think that really matters because it also opens the ways of how you see the whole production process. If you do the acting, if you do maybe assistant directing or producing, or even just, I don't know, just pick up the phone and try to film a little scene with your friends. It all matters. It doesn't have to be something big, but I think, getting into the creative process of writing and creating your own work, it's a really great step to take, whether if you just want to do acting or step into producing. And it also opens the doors in terms of connecting with people, not just as an actor, but also as someone who can collaborate and create work with them.
Yeah, and I will say this, if you have connections to the film festival, or if you know people, this is where I go, some people go dark, and bear with me, we have a little time, thank God, but I got to get ready for the next one. What I'm saying is this, I do social media, okay? I got brought into the business in a roundabout way, and then somebody says, hey, can you promote my film, and can you get it into some people's hands? So they gave me the script, they wanted to direct. If you're watching, why have you not gotten it done? But here's the thing that I say, and Randall, you probably know this. Anna, you probably have been approached this way because you are out and about making things happen. And when people figure that out, they go, but right now people are not communicating. I don't know why. But here's what you do. You take and connect with them on social media, take a picture of them because you'll forget them, and then promote. Some say I don't do social media. Yeah, I know that. That's why I go, why? I promote so much on social media, and I've stopped doing that because honestly, people are like, you're promoting while you're grieving? Did you really care about him? And I go, oh my God. So I've not posted anything, including La Femme, on my social media. You might know what I'm talking about because sometimes there are people that you know everywhere and then somewhere. But if you happen to say, I don't know if you guys are going through this, because sometimes you go, I post something, nothing. I get one like. I get no. It's a difficult business. And you go, do you know what I need help? I need help. I got a little one to feed. I got to put stuff out there. I don't want my people to leave me. So in a way, and I'm taking care of my mother. She had a stroke, so please pray for her. But the point that I'm saying is this, both of you, and anyone listening or watching, remember they need money and they need it seen. So keep working it. Okay. Any last thoughts from either of you?
I absolutely agree with what you said there about social media. I'm not big on social media myself when it comes to posting regularly, but the thing to remember about it is kind of like, I call it the Coca-Cola concept, right? You always see advertisements for Coca-Cola, out of sight, out of mind, but you see them everywhere. You'll see a sticker, you'll see a decal. In social media, if you treat that the same way, even one small post, even one small shred of engagement can go a long way. And when you take someone else's project and you bring that along and you offer your sort of connections to it, they'll appreciate that. And that becomes reciprocal. So take social media as seriously as you can, but don't forget not to leave it in the dirt.
Yeah. Anna, anything?
Yes, like Randall just mentioned, it's about connection. Personally, I don't necessarily use social media as an influencer, and it's fine if people like to do that, but I'm an actor producer, so for me the whole point is to connect to people in the industry, in honest ways. So I love it for that.
Yeah, and I'll say this, I'm going to throw this out there. Jane Seymour, I met her in person and it was great. I was being interviewed, we were at an event, and she shows up and I hear this voice and I go, and it's in the middle of the interview went gone, nobody has it. But it was a great moment because, do you guys know who Jane Seymour is? Tell me you know who Jane Seymour is. Okay, Anna, Jane's going to be like, really? Jane is huge, okay? She's huge. When you look at her, she's awesome. Anyway, she showed up behind me. She doesn't want that out? Why not? What? She needs that. Okay, she's like you, Anna, and you, Randall. I don't really do social media. And I says, you know why you don't do social media? Your manager doesn't want you to, or your agency doesn't want you to because they don't want you to have control. She goes, wait a minute, because she has this product line. She goes, how do I get this product line seen? And it's called jewelry. She has a whole thing, okay? Now, she's an actress. She has made it big. She has interviews where she's talked about it, where she lost it. I think it's a guy in her life. I really, she's great. But I gave her some advice. Now she's on social media. Sandra Bullock, another one. Never met her, want to. But now they're getting on social media. And here's why I say this. You need to do this because your friends and family will support your projects. I know some of their projects are like, I don't want you to see that. But I will say this. They are going, where are you at? And if you go, oh, I need to be out there, they will also support your film or your project next. I know you're all waiting for the big thing but they're all getting sold. Paramount, Warner Brothers are getting sold. And you go, if they're the big ones, who's going to hire us? So my point is, if you think ahead, you need your friends there with you, even though my friends literally don't watch the show. So anyway, that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm going to say, and there you go. Because I have a lot of people, but they're not going to watch. They don't care. But I know you have people that care, right, Randall?
I got a couple people here in the car with me that care, so that's they're very supportive, even at this young tender age of 2.5. So definitely appreciate them.
Aw, did you hear that little one? When he gone, and he gone at some point, we all died. I was literally told that about my cameraman. They said literally as he was there with the tube, I said, was there anything you could do? We all die at some point. That was the doctor, okay, in ER. We all die at some point. I get that. So anyway, Randall, you're obviously going to die. Anna, any last?
Well, thank you for having me a part of this conversation, and I'm really excited for the festival, and I want to see other people's work and just see who are the attendees. I'm looking forward to meet people.
Yeah, when you take care of family, trust me, they literally did a crowdfund for my camera guy because he and I did projects, but I would pay him when I got paid. But since I'm not getting paid, I cannot pay him. And he actually owes me money that I'm never going to see. So they go missing. Okay, so when you need money, just remember, we all need to get paid, right?
Yeah, especially from family.
There you go. You got it. All right, more right after this. Stay tuned. It's La Femme.